possession, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Here's a first carry for their running back. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
That's good.
A pickup there of 13. It's a Cincinnati first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
And a good show of force there. He gets 40 tough yards out of that one.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6. Here's a design run.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Here we go, set.
They bring Chase in motion. The RPO. That one is complete. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
And the Bengals.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And this one blown up. Good surge and drop him. A loss on the play, back to the 9-yard line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits. What do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal?
Now from the 9, it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. And he'll take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. It's his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. He's got it. And the Bengals will take a 7-0 lead.
Bengals 7, Steelers 0. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. From his own end zone, Rashid Shaheed. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Has completed to Douglas. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
13 yards on
They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
First down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front. Quarterback's trying to give his big tight end a chance to go up and use that large catch radius, unable to connect. A little letdown here for the tight end community, Mike.
That'll be taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. That is incomplete. Throw took him out of bounds, and it will be third down. Back to throw. That's caught. It's the tight end, Mason Taylor. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or two short. So on fourth down, here's Bryce Behringer to punt. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20.
Over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
This drive starts at the 21. It's first and 10. He'll send the receiver in motion to the left. Quickly into the hands of Chase. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
They try to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
So one of the elements of a good screen game is the quarterback having the timing in his head to know, I want to hold the ball long enough to get the rush to commit to me, to set up the blocking and set up the back behind them. But I also can't hold it on forever because then I don't have an opportunity to deliver the ball. So it was really more of the latter here where he's trying to hold on as long as he can. The pressure just gets to him a little too fast and the ball falls incomplete.
They bring Chase in motion. This one just too far for the receiver in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
And it's just a really nice job responding after giving up that early touchdown. And sometimes adversity early in the game can kind of be a good thing, Mike. It kind of snaps guys in and says, hey, we got to lock in, dial into our game plan, dial into our prep. So came out a little sloppy, gave up the opening drive score. Now they settle down and we're able to get a stop.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Claws red. Set.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
It's a gain of 21 yards. And the Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Now, faking the give. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him. That is Trey Hendrickson getting in there to bring him down. His first sack of the season. One quarter in the books. It's the Bengals on top. And we're back to the Steel City after this.
Okay,
Work
right.
to do now as they come up on second and long.
Let's go. Ready.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Ready. Let's go now. Ready.
They'll look to throw. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. Wow, a pretty good comeback to say the least. Not enough for a first down, but a really solid pickup. And it brings us to fourth down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Dicker's kick is good. And the Steelers are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He'll get across the 20, mark him down at 23-yard line. off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Rolling right. He keeps it himself. Give him 11 on the scramble. And give them a new set of down.
First down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. Motion man is Johnston. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. That's complete to the TCU man, Quentin Johnston. And they will bring him down on the time. These two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
Yeah, so what I like here is it's not only a really good play call, but it was really well executed by the quarterback. So they used the bootleg to get their quarterback out of the pocket, change the launch point, and then they pair that with a really nice concept downfield. He uncovers, wide open, nice conversion.
On the set. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. There. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
It is 3rd and 10. Tight end motioning left. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's going to pick up the first down and more. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. They get 22 yards there. And the Bengals going to have a first down. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll be marked down at the 7. And it will set up 1st and goal.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
And he's in! Dylan Sampson. Touchdown, Bengals. That touchdown #1 for him on the year. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. They get 16 on that connection. Good for a Steeler first down.
Ready?
Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Now give up the middle. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
Moving outside the pocket, he runs with it.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll run for the first time with their fullback. Trying to use that big body to get the yardage, but he is stopped for no gain. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. Clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break.
Here, ready.
Now this time they'll look. Oh, no chance there. Over a heavy rush. He goes down. Trey Hendrickson. He gets in to record his second sack of this first half. Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. Flush to his right. He lets one go. Looking for Shaheed. To the goal line and in. Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. It's his third touchdown catch this year.
Mike, I'm not sure how else to put it other than this is just a where this ball was snapped. You simply have to just defend the end zone, and if they throw it short, come up and rally tackle. If they throw it in the end zone, high point the ball and knock it down. You cannot give up 6 points to end this half.
So we are at halftime, and Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
Cameron Dicker to kick off.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
Their own 19-yard line.
Quick throw on the RPO is complete, and will mark him down up beyond the 30. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down. A tight end in motion now. That is caught out wide on the RPO. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. 17 yards again and pick up the first.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 7. They'll stick with him again. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
They bring Chase in motion. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
On is McPherson for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bengals are out to a 21-10 lead.
21. Steelers 10.